What you gonna do? Hello and welcome to the next episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies with special guests Alec and Tim. This is the podcast where all four of us went and saw a movie at our local Regal Cinema Theater, and now we're going to talk about it in Matt's Honda Pilot right after the movie in the parking structure. We're going to talk about such things as: should you see this movie? Should you not see this movie? Should you bring your date? Can you by yourself? Can you bring your kids? Should you snack nap or craft? Do you need to pay attention the entire way through to catch the secrets or the twists or the twisty turns? Or can you just slack off and let the world slide you by? Hi, I'm Todd Domer.
And I'm Matt Malloy, and here we are again. We watched a movie. This movie today is called The Naked Gun. It is a comedic thing in the realm of previous Naked Gun movies. And there are quite a number of famous people. Tim, who are these people that we might know in this movie?
Well, if we're going for household names like we usually do, it's Liam Neeson steps into the shoes of Leslie Nielsen as the lead, Frank Drebin Jr. Liam Neeson, of course, famous most recently for the Taken movies, but he's been around a long time. Been an action hero in recent years, but a lot of serious dramas before that. We have Pamela Anderson of Baywatch fame, playing the femme fatale in this, kind of inheriting the Priscilla Presley role. And then I'd say everybody else is pretty much character actors. We have Paul Walter Hauser plays Ed Jr. in this, and he's been most recently, he played Richard Jewell in that in the biopic, and I think he was on Cobra Kai, wasn't he?
Yes, he was Mole Man in the Fantastic Four.
And he was Mole Man in Fantastic Four, that's true. I think her name is CCH Pounder. She plays the police chief in this one. She's most famous for all her years on Law and Order, and she's also the voice of Amanda Waller on the DC Justice League show. She plays similar roles all the time. And
a lot of cop dramas.
Yeah. And then just lots of other, some cameos that shouldn't be spoiled, I'd say. And there's a lot of love to the original franchise in this.
All right, so what is The Naked Gun all about? Well, mostly it's about jokes, puns, gags, spoofs, all of that. But there is a story here. The story is basically there's a bad guy who has a device. He's going to use it to do bad things. And our hero, Lieutenant Drebin, with the cast of other characters, seeks to foil the plot.
Yep.
That's the story in a nutshell.
Yes.
So, Todd, what are your thoughts on The Naked Gun?
Well, I did like this movie. I will land on liking this movie for sure. And I honestly can't remember the last movie that I sat through. And this one, I think one of the best things I was going for it is that it's a shorter movie.
Yes, as the original.
It's not super long. It doesn't feel like too much is dragging.
Right.
Like, it just... And honestly, I can't remember the last movie I saw where I just smiled through the whole thing. And I'm chuckling to myself through the whole thing. Like, I mean... I couldn't say if this was better than the originals or whatever, but, I mean, they really kept in tune and kept in beat, and it just was everything it needed to be. Like, so if you were like, oh, I don't know if you should bring back the Naked Gun movies, if you had a thought like that, I mean, I'm happy to say that I think the movie absolutely delivered in that aspect, and you should not have those thoughts anymore. It's a great entry into the Naked Gun lineage, mythos, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously these movies aren't made, like, to, win awards or anything. Like, it knew exactly what it was. It knew what it wanted to accomplish. It knew the jokes it wanted to tell. And I think on all those aspects, it's absolutely a home run. Like, it just, tight script, tight story, nothing too out there, but then also because of the comedy of it, it's also out there. Like, right. It's just like... It was just a really great revisit to a world of puns and comedy and stuff like that. And I think if you're just looking for a movie to just watch and laugh and, maybe you had a hard day at work, this is the perfect movie for that. Just go smile for an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes and just enjoy the world. We're not talking about Schindler's List or anything, but... It doesn't have to be. I thought it was perfect for what it was. It's going to get a high rating from me. I'm not even like the biggest fan of the originals, but I've enjoyed the originals, and I just thought this one was right there with it. Like, Everyone did great. There wasn't like one person in this movie that I was like, come on, you weren't bringing it. Like, I thought everyone did a really good job. The only real, like, I was kind of like, was that they had the joke of O.J. Simpson's kid, but then, like, the person's never in the movie anymore. Like, I was like...
I think that was the elephant in the room.
Yeah, I was like, well...
That was well done. I liked that, actually.
I liked it, but I was also like, we could have had that character. Like, more, like... But that's, like, a little complaint. That's nothing real. So, I mean, I'm going to say see it. I thought it was good. I laughed through most of it. I think if you... can't laugh at these movies, then this is not a movie for you. Like, if you're just like, well, that was kind of dumb, then, you know, don't see it. Like, it's just not, you're not setting yourself up for success. But I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I recommend seeing it. If you want to see it, you should see it in theaters. Support the movie, so there'll be another one. If you like it, but you didn't see it in theaters, it doesn't mean that much. It's not going to count towards another one, maybe, if they want to make it. So, we're big supporters of the theater here. So this is definitely a go see the movie in the theater, I think. But that's me, unless I feel like prattling on, which I don't. So, Alec, what'd you think of this movie?
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Confession, in the last 24 hours, I have watched the last 3.
I wish I would have done that.
And listened to your last 3 podcasts. I felt like I needed to prepare.
Crash course, love it.
What were the last 3 episodes you listened to? I mean, like, what were the movies of the last 3?
It was... It might not be the right order, but Superman, Final Destination, and...
Strong.
There was one... It wasn't Thunderbolts, because I started that one, but then there was... What's the most recent one?
I Know What You Did last summer?
No.
What else was this summer?
Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible, yes. That's
yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, it was great. I thought that this flowed so well from the last 3. Some of the running gags.
Yes, we're back.
We're back, and they did justice to the original characters and the writers and the jokes. Little Easter eggs here and there. Really good. I thought what made the original movie so special was Leslie Nielsen's ability to be deadpan and deliver those lines, but then also his physical acting. I think he's one of the great physical actors of the last 20, 30 years as far as physical comedy goes. And this one didn't have as much of that, but what it did have is Liam Neeson being able to deliver the same deadpan, amazingly awkward lines with a straight face. And I think instead of the physical comedy, it played more into Liam's past roles as a movie action star. So there was a lot of stupid fighting that, wasn't, it's obviously physical and there's comedy there, but it kind of, he was able to make fun of himself and his career in a way that I think Leslie Nielsen was also doing by, starting as a dramatic actor and then taking on this role and many others like it. So I think that he's the perfect heir to this, what I hope becomes a franchise, or continues this franchise. I would love to see, and I think he has said in interviews, Liam Neeson, that what is he, 72 or 73?
Yeah, he's done with action.
He can't do action anymore. So like to make fun of that, I think was smart, and I don't think we're going to see it taken 17 or anything out of him anytime soon. But for him to take roles like this and just have fun with it, and like Leslie Nielsen said, not take yourself too seriously as an actor, I think that he would be great, and I would love to see him continue, whether it's in future Naked Gun movies like this, or other Leslie Nielsen movies. Like I'm a big fan of Dracula, Dead and Loving It,
Spy Hard.
Spy Hard. There's so many good, stupid 90s movies that, I would love to see this team tackle with this cast, or with at least with Liam Neeson. Would be a lot of fun. So overall, really enjoyed this and thought it was a great addition to the original 3.
Nice. Tim?
Yes, like you, Alec, a big Naked Gun fan, and just this style of balls to the wall, jokes a minute parody style of humor, which I think was lost in about the 2000s or so. And it's a lost art, and it was found in this movie. And it wasn't the original creators. This was the directors, one of the guys from the Lonely Island comedy group, and he just nailed the tone, where everything is silly. They're not afraid to be silly. A joke might be really dumb, and they'll linger on that just to make you laugh more. And I love that, because something, as Todd said, sometimes you just want to sit and smile and be like, that's ridiculous, and I love it. I was probably laughing the most in the theater. Just little gags here. There are guffaw laughs, there are smile laughs, there are cringe laughs, and they're all great. And that's what those movies are. And even if there's 100 jokes a minute and only 80 land, it's still great. And to me, it's a lost art of filming, and everybody was up to the task. Like you said, Liam, perfect with his gruff, serious voice and everything, even more serious than Leslie, I would say, takes it, and it still manages to be funny and not afraid to look dumb. And I think that's the key to it. I think Pamela Anderson was a pleasant surprise, really doing what Priscilla Presley did so well in the original movies, which is playing the foil to all the seriousness around her, but not afraid to be silly either. She showed some comic chops. There's a singing scene that's really just out of nowhere, and it's I was dying at that. There's just everybody, like you said, Todd. Everybody's small role or big role nailed it. There's some great cameos for jokes that are really well done. And like I said, the running gags, Alec, are wonderful. If you have watched the other movies recently, there are little shout outs to the originals that are jokes that are continued. And even if you don't, or haven't seen them in a while, you can still laugh at the silliness, and that's what makes these movies great. You don't need context. If you've never seen Naked Gun, you can probably still sit down and watch this and be like, wow, this is just silly and funny and trying to make you laugh the entire time. And how can you not enjoy something like that? There are music callbacks, there are just everything. This is a love letter to the originals while also being a new entry. That, like you said, Alec, I'm with you. If we can get some more of this while the actors can still do it and they still have some fresh ideas, well, let's go. Because this kind of humor is a lost art, and I'm glad it's back. Matt?
Well, I have to agree with you guys that this really did capture the spirit of the original, the tone, everything lined up. So if you like that kind of thing, this is a great movie for you. I really like some of the absurd things that they threw into this movie, as I do in general. Where I probably depart from what you guys think or have mentioned so far is really, I thought a lot of the jokes landed flat. I wasn't as chuckly and as laughy as some were in the theater, and
Me too.
I felt kind of ambivalent about the movie in general. I liked some of it, but a lot of it felt more cringy and less funny to me, and it didn't carry me along in the same way as some movies do. So in general, I probably felt pretty ambivalent about the movie, but there were some funny moments, some good moments for me, but I thought there were some draggy moments and slow moments and bad jokes too that kind of will drag down the score for me. So that's what I have to say.
I do think that it has one of the best romantic montages.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
In a franchise that has done some great ones.
Have to agree with that.
It was reminiscent of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
Like that,
call.
the Jim Carrey dream sequence with the girl that just kind of keeps going and
Yes.
Yeah.
Good call.
Um,
Yeah.
just to and to touch back on just
That
the
might be
lost
more
art
my
of this comedy is that and I'm sure we've talked about this. I know I talk about it all the time. That comedy nowadays is so much this is so awkward I have to laugh.
Yeah,
It is nice to
Just silly again.
some of it didn't land, but then when it did, you were like, ha ha ha, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah,
it wasn't
Yes.
it's a woman farting joke, and we're all just kind of sitting here okay, I guess we have to laugh because
Right.
it's a little awkward. just comedy's a little like the bar's been lowered over the years. I really feel.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like I said, from guffaws to chuckles to just a smile or even an oh my god, but that's like not an oh my god of like I hate it. It's an oh my god of oh wow,
Shaking
they
your
really
head.
went for that
Sure.
joke. Like yeah, it's so.
Would you guys like to hear an interesting fact about Liam Neeson that I think I've shared on the podcast before? But,
Sure, Todd.
well,
Share it again.
according to hot rumors, he has a legendary giant penis. Just in
Ah.
That's
case.
the jokes.
It
they
It
made.
used
They
to
played
be
into that.
Milton Berle had like the Hollywood big guy, and like that was the joke. But
No.
apparently it's Liam Neeson now.
Nice. Well, then they played into that.
Yeah. So, well, getting down to the
Yeah.
business here. How many Busta Rhymes would you give this movie who plays a part in it? And I might have
one of the
laughed the
great cameos.
hardest in that, just because I thought, and the scene itself is funny and,
Yes.
and plays, but I thought the comedic genius of that entire scene,
Yeah.
and this is what I think stands Liam Neeson apart from Leslie Nielsen,
Yeah.
is that the comedic of his response to seeing the like Liam
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen would have stood there and like kind of like maybe like eyes went back and forth, just kind of like
Yes.
whatever. Liam Neeson, when he backs himself into the corner and like is
Yes.
hunched over on
Yes,
his knees,
yes.
like I thought that was just comedic genius. Like,
I thought I ate 5 more that day.
yeah,
So
just
sad.
just the give up of life, sit in the corner
Yes.
was
It's
just
very relatable.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've eaten a gas station hot dog and been like, come on, Todd, you're better than this. So,
that was
0 being the worst because then you have no Busta Rhymes, and that's
No.
not a party, you know.
Yeah.
5 being the best because then you have 5 Busta Rhymes. Then
Mm-hmm.
you got, you know, you're working on a basketball team right there. That's good.
There you go.
Matt?
That's right. Well, like I said, I feel kind of ambivalent about my experience. Although I did enjoy myself. I'll say that. So I'm going to go with 2.8 Busta Rhymes out of 5 for this
Nice.
fine entry.
Tim?
I'm really high on this. As I said, this is a lost art of humor that is thankfully back, at least with this one. So it's going to get high praise for me. I'm going to give it an even 4.
Nice. Alec?
That, you know, Tim, that's exactly
That's
the
where
score
you-
that I
yeah.
had put in my mind is
There you
an even 4. It was just a fun,
Yes.
stupid ride. And Todd, I'm not sure if you were making a Schindler's List reference to
Because
Liam,
Liam Neeson's in that.
but then
It's just-
also his skit. I don't know if you've seen the Schindler's List
Yes,
skit.
I have.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. That was a great reference. It's not that. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
It
right.
is a stupid, fun ride, and I enjoyed every minute of
Yeah.
it, and I would like some more. So, solid 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just so happens my go-to movie when I think of Oscars is Schindler's
Yes,
List.
no, it is an
And
Oscar
I've,
movie.
I've brought it up plenty of times in the past.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, this movie's not Schindler's List. We know what we came here for.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I cannot stress the fact that this movie was shorter. Is
As these
the
movies
right move,
should
Hollywood.
be. These
Yeah.
movies-
They all are. And
These
it's-
movies always get out
Right,
just
right.
when you're about to get
Because
sick of it.
like I really feel like if it went on 15 minutes longer,
Yes.
I'd be like,
All right.
come on,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up. But yeah, I think go if you like the originals, you should definitely go. If you are dating someone who likes to laugh, bring a date. If your kids
Yes.
like to laugh, I think they can see most of this movie with no problems really.
Those two.
See,
And make
Depending on the
sure-
kid.
And make
Depending
sure,
on how
like
old
the
the
other
kid is.
ones, that they stay through the credits because they have the credit gags as well and a lot more silliness.
I would say as a dad of a 7th grader, a 5th grader, and a almost 4-year-old, I did introduce them to the first one last night.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
there is
were-
one scene.
There
in
was
there.
a few
Yeah,
times
yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Oh God, I made a mistake."
Yeah, but
I did not let them watch the other two, and I feel really good about that decision.
Yes,
and
those
I
two got
probably
sillier.
would not let them watch this one
yeah,
based on the one scene in the kitchen.
yeah,
Um,
that was wonderful.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But if you have a high schooler,
Oh, high school will be
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah,
it.
let them laugh.
I thought that was great. Very Austin Powers-ish.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, that's what it felt. I mean, it was like we're reusing gags at this point,
That's
but
okay.
it's been such a long time.
Yeah, see, that's
that
and
it's
that's
like,
what it. That's why it was
you
fine
know,
to me.
Like, yeah. So I'm gonna land on like a 3.8. Good time. I feel pretty confident that if anyone saw this, they would laugh at least some. And you know, we need a little laughter right now. Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Well, we also have a nice surprise. All 4 of us in the car have seen the new Fantastic Four
what you did
movie. And while we're not going to go through it all and give a total review about it, we will at least do a rating score right now with a little explanation of how you got to that number. So, well, how many bomb-proof baby carriers would you give this movie? 0 being the worst because then you have no bomb-proof baby carriers, and you can't carry any babies through bombs. Like 5 being the best because then you got 5 super protected babies, and I'm sure that makes 5 super happy families, depending on what's going on in their lives, I guess. Matt?
Well, I loved this movie. I thought it was really good. One of the best movies that I've seen this year. I really liked the flow. I liked the story. I guess I don't have enough background and didn't have any memory of other Fantastic Four movies.
That's fine.
That I didn't know where this was going, and I liked where it went, and I thought it was very gripping the entire time. Very intense. My only sour note is I thought the exposition at the beginning, while necessary, I thought it was a little bit too long. I thought they could have tightened that up a little bit. But after that, I felt like I was on a rocket ride the whole time, and I loved it. So, yeah.
Nice.
My score is 4.5 bomb-proof baby carriers out of 5.
That's the highest for you for a long
this
time.
year?
Might be.
Tim?
I am not as high on it as Matt is. I liked it. I did not love it. You could tell it had been edited a lot. I feel like, which has been the MCU's problem lately, they're overthinking it, and I think they are sometimes like there's whole scenes from the trailers that weren't in the movie. And what surprised me, and this won't be a spoiler unless you know the context. The whole third Act 3 is exactly Rise of the Silver Surfer. And that surprised me because I don't mind. I actually enjoy the first 2 Fantastic Four movies from the 2000s. Are they cheesy and silly? Yes. But I enjoy them. I grew up with them. I think they're fine. And I was surprised that it really copied it beat for beat with maybe a couple detail changes. For something that's supposed to be the new Phase 4 or 5, wherever we're in now.
6.
Yeah, fine. I liked this. Getting into the movie itself, I loved the 60s setting. I thought the cinematography was great. Totally embracing the time period they were going for. Putting it on another Earth in the Marvelverse, I think, was a way to do it so that it felt different and new. And how they're going to connect will be interesting, as based on the end of Thunderbolts. It's like, where are we going now? That should be interesting. But so, like I said, I thought the performances were good. I liked a lot of the acting choices. Some I didn't. I do feel like the casting is good, and I want to see them interact with the rest of the MCU because that should be fun. But overall, I liked it. Didn't love it. But if it's the first step in Phase 6, okay, color me intrigued. I was not as wowed by it, I think, as everybody else. So that puts me, sorry, not a 4, is at a 3.0.
Man, Tim, we are vibing tonight with our scores.
Yeah. Okay.
That's, again, what I had in my head as somebody who saw this movie yesterday.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay.
And,
Precious.
a lot of movies yesterday.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Perks of being a teacher in the summer. I walked out feeling very differently than I did tonight, where I was smiling and had a blast, and I thought, okay, it could have been more. It just left stuff on the table.
Yes. Yeah.
That I thought could have been a little tighter and a lot better. It felt like pretty one note to me. I do love the new trend of not doing origin stories anymore, so I'm really glad they didn't waste a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with Matt. Too much time, but it wasn't half the movie or a whole movie of here's how they got their powers and they're struggling with it. We didn't need that. It was great to just jump right in, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the action. I thought the actors were great. I do feel like they did Reed Richards a disservice in probably his biggest power of his that big old brain of his is probably the most appealing part of Richards as a character to me, and I felt like that was a little underplayed. could have been a little more intriguing. And again, like you said, I'm intrigued to see where they go next. It could be a good start, but with Marvel these days, who knows? It could also go nowhere.
Yeah.
So
Very hit or miss.
yeah, solid 3. Enjoyed it, but not raving about it.
Yeah, so I think I agree with a lot of it that has been said. There are a lot of good takeaways from the Fantastic Four movie. I really liked the interpretation of Galactus.
That was also, I meant good. Yeah,
you know, all that looked
Felt
impressive when it was happening, and I thought making him a giant person instead of a cloud of things was much better.
Yes,
and yeah, I mean, all that looked great. Whereas I think we've picked apart some Marvel movies recently where, like, of the CGI not looking that great.
Oh, yeah,
I thought
the effects in this one looked
great. Was a little bit back more to what we're used to. A lot of, besides I think what has been talked about how it reused a lot of Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I was like, you made it very clear you wanted to get away from these movies. Like,
Right.
as a comic book fan, I'm like, there's so many Heralds of Galactus, we don't have to use Silver Surfer again. But I like that they portrayed Galactus as like a force of nature, and it just it is what it is, and it looked futuristic and retro all at the same time. And I thought everyone played their characters really well. Like, I thought the character acting was really good. But some of my biggest frustrations with this movie was Ben's voice. Like, it didn't get gravelly at all.
New York at all.
And yeah, it was all full of Chicago accent. And I'm
Not
like,
New York at all.
the 3 things about Ben Grimm is that he's rocks, he's Jewish, and he's from New York. Like, those are like the 3 biggest selling points of that character.
Chickless was amazing.
Even Spidey and Friends gets that right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, it was like when he was like talking about Yancey Street, and I'm like, you're no thing.
You didn't say
You're no
Yancey
thing
at
talking
all.
about Yancey
No.
Street. What is this crap? Like, and then and this is absolutely a pet peeve, and I'm willing to admit that I absolutely hated the clobbering time joke. Like, it just is
avoiding the obvious thing.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, it's such a great
It is a
part
great line.
of who you are in the comics, and I love it, and I just can't have nice things. So,
Yeah.
I agreed. I agree with the I think the thing that everyone has said is that this is an exciting point to go off of. Like, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not excited about Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I think that's going to be absolutely horrible, absolutely atrocious. But, you know, I'm hoping that we get some epic sagas as they wind down this MCU thing and whatever it's going to be past the next couple of movies. Who knows? But I'm going to land on... You know, I'll land on a 3 too. A 3 as well. Sorry,
Yes.
not a 3
Yeah,
too. A
not
3
three.
as well.
Yeah, I got it.
I thought there were good things about the movie. I think nothing I saw in this movie would make me go, don't see that, like, at all.
Right.
And if you're going to see it, you have to see it in theaters. It is definitely a theater movie for you to be able to get the whole scope of Galactus.
Definitely agree with that.
And that's it for Fantastic Four.
There it is. So, double review tonight, double score tonight. It's awesome. It's great. Matt's on an island tonight. It's awesome. It's cool. But yeah, any last thoughts? No last thoughts.
Just go to the movies. Movies are great.
Movies are great.
You can bring your kids to Fantastic Four.
That's
I agree
true.
with that.
I would agree with that. My daughter saw Fantastic Four. She also saw Superman too, and she was.
I think that's also good.
She was good with it.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies, where we saw one movie tonight, The Naked Gun, and we talked about another one, The Fantastic Four. We gave The Naked Gun an average rating of 3.65. That's a very good rating out of 5. And we gave Fantastic Four an average rating of 3.375. So also pretty good. So I think in general,
higher.
we could have, yes. But in general, we liked both movies that we saw, and we would recommend them, and we recommend you go see it in the theater. And we thank you, listeners, for downloading, subscribing, listening, all those things. Please keep doing those things, and we will see you next time.
Da 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 da
Da da
da da da.
da da da.